Hello everyone, welcome to the last call. In this video, I will be describing the market indicators and news headlines that are marking this as the last moment to accumulate before the market takes off. As I've stated in previous cycles, the months from the Bitcoin halving dates have gotten progressively longer with each cycle. Going back to 2012, 2016, and 2020, they've been 12 months, 17 months, and 18 months. October 14th will mark us having been 18 months into the cycle. With them getting progressively longer, it is not out of the realm of possibility to assume that this one will peak further out as well. I'm personally guessing 18 to 22 months, which will bring us between October and January, but all of the news headlines are already lining up. The US crypto Q4 2025 regulation timeline revealed, posted here by this individual on crypto Twitter. Look at everything that the US government is laying into place. September 9th, the Democratic senators unveil a market structure framework for digital assets. It hasn't been discussed yet or approved yet. That occurs later on in the year. And we see in November, committees reconcile jurisdiction issues. Full market structure bill could reach the president before Thanksgiving. October 21st, we see that the Federal Reserve will host its Payments Innovation Conference in DC, openly discussing the future of money and payments. This means blockchain, tokenization, and stablecoins are now officially on Fed's agenda. And that's listed here on this website that they took a screenshot of for proof. And yeah, it just points to how serious the government is taking crypto regulation. We just had this hearing happen on October 1st. The US Senate to hold hearing on crypto taxes as IRS offers relief on corporate tax. The big discussion was whether they were going to tax unrealized gains, which would have been a horrible tax purpose. Luckily, they have passed, as of today, October 1st, that there will not be taxes on unrealized gains. Just a reminder that the stock market is a measure of how rich people feel about the economy. It's not real. It's basically just astrology for guys who wear ugly sunglasses. To crypto astrology here, reading charts and indicators, we see that our fear and greed indicator is actually climbing out of fear. Last week I posted a video and we were into 38 range, which is a tipping into the fear. What I find most interesting is that the oversold, overbought indicator whipped back so quickly. We were really leaning into 38 or under 38, which was a perfect time to buy. I stated buy oversold. Let's take a look at this. Do they have the time indicator? They don't. But I do know it was a week ago. But if we go to the fear and greed indicator and look at the market a week ago, 30 days, we'll say here, we see how it dipped down last week, which was down into fear, which was right when it was oversold, which was the perfect time to buy. It's still a good time to buy. You just meet or missed those cheapest prices. Now looking at what, quote unquote, crypto astrology here, reading the charts, I'm going to give a little insight into indicators I've been using that have proven very successful for basically determining the larger market. All I use is the exponential moving average, which lays lines relative to the price over 200 weeks, 100 weeks, 50 weeks, and 20 weeks. The 20-week line is marked in red. The 200-week line is marked in blue. Obviously, the smaller the average of weeks being accounted for, the line is going to move quicker, and that marks your support. We are looking at weak candles, which is zoomed way out. Each candle represents a week of time. Now, if I lay over this, the Bollinger Band indicator, the Bollinger Bands measure momentum. And the further up in the momentum you go, the more likely it is to whip down. Relative to that time frame, if I switch these week-long candles into 4-hour candles, you will see that they're barely just climbing out of that range. But if we zoom out to a day, it's still under range, so capable to move up. Switching between 1 week, 1 day, and 4 hours is a good, if you want to like fine tune where the market's going to pull back. Personally, I wouldn't be buying in this moment. I would be buying in maybe later this evening or tomorrow morning, because this is showing the 4 hour is up and it could be a pullback going back out. But what I wanted to look at primarily was the time frame and how these charts can move. This time frame back here is 2020, 2021, 2022. We stated in the last in the Bitcoin halvings that well, actually, I'll ignore the Bitcoin halving. Just take my word for it that this was the cycle peak. You can kind of clearly see it here, but look how much it jumped out of the band over week-long candles. See how far out, when you're in a euphoria moment like that, the Bollinger Band doesn't matter. It's going to blast through that every time. But now if we, and this is from 2021, week-long indicators, way out of band. Now let us zoom back to current time frame. You will start to see a similar pattern where it's just starting to jump out. It's really wanting to take off, but it keeps getting pulled down, keeps getting pulled down. That's when we take into account the indicators that are coming up in October, November, and December. We're really looking to run towards a peak. And honestly, if it lasts for any amount of time, similar to last cycle, what is this? December, January, February, March, there's some time here for it to reach its peak and experience volatility at its peak. There is still plenty of time to get in. If we zoom in on the 4 hour again, yeah, it's reaching the top of the band. So short term, it could pull back, but honestly, all of the signs are pointing that we are into a cycle. The fear and greed indicator is there. The news headlines are there. The timing of where we are in this cycle is there. And this is the day candles here for Bitcoin. You'll see there's room to run, but there's also room to come back down. As long as Bitcoin is above, I'd say 105, maybe even 100,000, we're still in good shape. So this honestly is a perfect time to buy. I'm going to do one more last zoom in to show, to really show off that fear and greed indicator, which was showing deep fear about a week ago. And if we go back about a week, we will see that brought us down here to the 25th, which was when the market was showing overbought. And that's what you want to do. You want to, when the market is showing deep fear, overbought territory, that's when you buy. And then when you buy, your money is gaining all of this. Macro, we're still in good shape. We're still, well, honestly, with this, all of the news coming out in October 21st, that US Fed crypto conference or whatever, that's going to be bullish. The framework reaching the president's desk by November, by Thanksgiving, that's going to be bullish. Those are going to be profit taking times. That's when you're going to see the fear and greed indicator flashing greed. That's when people aren't going to want to sell because they see the price going up. They're going to see the price of Bitcoin at 125,000, at 150,000, at 165,000. That is when you should be taking profit. This is your last call.